She's so little. We have the Triumph Tiger 1200 Alpine edition on loan from Destination Triumph that I'm going to be doing a few videos on, including a review. But today we're going to go 2-up and just go for a little adventure with Reno, who is only small, as you can see.
I am small. This bike is nearly the same height as me.
It's not a great comparison for people because you're shorter than average and I'm taller than average. So they're like, well, how big is the thing? It's pretty big. That's what she said.
I was about to say that, you beat me to it.
Right, we haven't really got a destination in mind, other than maybe some ducks.
Duckies!
But I just want to try this with 2-up, see what it's like. Have a little talk a little bit about 2-up, because up until now I've never really shared any opinions or thoughts on riding bikes 2-up, because I hadn't ridden many, and I tend to not talk about something I haven't done too much of. However, we've been on quite a few bikes now, haven't we?
Yeah.
The very first bike was on the DRZ.
Oh yeah.
That was not a good idea.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was difficult to say the least. And we got better at it over time. But we've tried out a lot of different motorcycles, from bigger ones to smaller ones in the sense of CC. But I think the general rule that we've found, the easiest ones for 2-up, it's not the engine size that matters so much, it's the overall weight of the bike. Obviously, if you want to go fast or a long distance on a motorway, 125 is not ideal. But if you're just pootling around town, a 125 can be absolutely fine if the bike itself is a bit larger. And that's what we found between the cruisers that we tried out, the 125s. the bigger, heavier one still did better.
I think because they're heavier near the bottom, you don't notice the weight so much when you've got a second person on it.
Yeah, it seems to help. You do actually, I do feel you on the back on this. It's not as little as I thought. I think probably because you're very high up.
Yeah.
Can you see over me, or are you still head height?
If I sit directly behind you, I can kind of see over your head for once.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The seat there's a big difference in seat height.
Yeah, like I've just shifted my body slightly to the left of you, so I can actually see all over, like your shoulder and in front of you, which I normally can't see all of that. I will say this bike feels incredibly smooth out of all the bikes I've sat on the back on with you. Like, it feels like a very, very light bike, which is weird, but it also feels like it's got a lot of power.
I've put the suspension into comfort mode. Should we try it in? Let's try it in sport. No, it's not allowing it. Oh, that's interesting. And it's... Oh no, it's now allowed me to do it. I had to get off the throttle. There we go. Did you feel that?
Oh, I felt the vibration in my feet now. In the foot pegs.
I didn't notice the change in the suspension as much when it was just me, but the extra weight is actually allowing it to be a bit more obvious.
So weird. Whoa, yeah, I can feel that.
See what it's like through this corner.
I'm going to move with you on the corners rather than stay shifted on your left.
Yeah, it's definitely not sinking down as much.
No.
Yeah, that didn't sink at all. Right, let's try the complete opposite. Comfort. I don't know how quickly it's going to adjust, so we may or may not.
I feel like the sport one seems a bit more vibratey in the feet and in the bike and on the road.
This is just a bit softer. Also, I hope this camera's okay. I've moved it up and across a little bit to see if this means you can actually see the Reno.
You can see me, finally.
Possibly not.
Well, they should, because my whole head is like to the left of yours, so...
Basic 2-up things is that the Pillion needs to not fidget about too much. Look into the corners. They don't have to Rossi themselves off the side of the bike or anything like that. They just need to look into the corner, like look over each shoulder, and that should be enough that the rider can account for the rest of it. As long as you help get your weight on the right side of the bike without going too ridiculous, it makes things a lot easier. And you have good Pillions and bad Pillion, whereas in Reno over time has got much better at it, and now she's quite happy to just sit there and she knows what to do.
Yep, I am a good Pillion,
which makes my life a lot easier.
I remember when my uncle took me on the back of his bike for the first time. I was quite young at the time and I was so scared. And I was really leaning away from all of the corners.
Oh God.
I imagine that must have been horrendous.
Yeah, but you would have been so small, it would have been no different.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's certainly not being held back.
No. Oh no, I think we have lost voice connection. Oh, hello.
Okay, I'm in 6th gear, 60 mile an hour, 4,000 RPM, the bike's barely trying. There's nothing particularly remarkable to note about this bike. It's handling two up perfectly as it should. Reno, is it comfy for the butt?
Yes, it is very comfy and there is loads of space as well.
There seems to be a big seat on it. It's big grab handles if you prefer to use grab handles. There's not a lot to say because it's doing the job.
Yeah. I would say it's a bit slidey, but that might just be my jeans I'm wearing.
It's also a brand new seat.
Yeah, that's true.
I doubt many people have sat on that seat.
But I'm quite small and I'm sat right up close to Spicy. And I have like a whole hand lengthwave space behind my butt and the back of the seat. There's so much room. You can see the size of the grab rails.
Mr. Seagull.
Mr. Seagull. He looks very fluffy. Oh, there's a dog. Scared me.
We found ducks and a dog. We said we'd find ducks. There's no little ones.
Hello, duckies.
That's a coot. I know that's a coot. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the ducks over there.
Yeah, they are. They could probably see them on my camera. They are quacking and they are swimming. He is going very fast. Oh, look at that one in there.
It's a baby moorhen.
It is cute. Oh. Oh. The seagulls are getting in on the action.
On the way home, we're going to take the twistier route through the country roads, because then in this video we've tried slow control stuff, we've tried normal roads, we've tried a motorway for a very short amount of time, but you know, are you surprised that it can do 70 miles an hour, two people on it? Not really. So then we can try the country roads is a little bit more twisty, and that should round it up nicely.
Ready?
Jump on.
It's more like climbing on. It's like a mountain.
Did you see any mountain goats?
No. Unfortunately, not.
This is a very old reference some people will get, and most people are just confused by. Well, it certainly can get out of a corner if you need it to. Okay, wind is another test. It is reasonably blustery today. It's coming from the stronger direction, which is that way. And on most bikes going over this bridge in this way, wind, I would have to do something. I'm not doing anything right now. This bike is not moving. I can't even feel the wind.
It really is a mountain.
It's just having no effect on it. It is nice that you can, from very low revs, not have to use the clutch in the corners at all. I mean, yeah, you know, you get really low in the rev range, but it feels like it's tractoring for a short moment, but it's absolutely fine. Which is quite good, considering the clutch is a little bit something you have to get used to.
Cows.
Hello, my ducky friends. We found more ducks.
Hello. Oh, there's a cow. I can see one.
There's one. Well, I'm sorry.
They say no. They look very cute though.
I was going to give more sort of tips for pillion riding. My number one tips, I suppose, are ride differently when you've got two people on the bike. It's more about getting there rather than being fast or trying to show off. Definitely don't try and show off with someone on the back. If you terrify someone on the back of a bike, you might poison them against bikes forever. Don't do that. Don't try and scare people. Give yourself more braking distance, because you obviously need more braking distance. You also want to make sure that your brakes are functioning particularly well, because you really can notice the difference in stopping distance when you've got a couple of people on the bike opposed to when you're used to it being just you, which is going to increase the distance, so you need to be aware of that. It's also not quite as quick to pull away and stuff. Even on something like this, you can tell that there's someone else on the bike.
Oh.
I was literally about to say, you also need to think about your positioning to make sure you're definitely out the way of the other side of the road. Particularly because this road, people go onto the wrong side of the road. That wasn't really his fault, he wasn't a big fan. Hidden dog walkers. I will say, actually, I do think this gearbox at slow speeds with someone else on the back is actually a bit smoother if I do use the clutch and change gear myself, basically. Just because it's not so abrupt. Oh, when I last came past here, the pen was just full of rubbish. They're gone. These piggies have gone.
Maybe they got turned into bacon.
No, they went to a nice place. They went to stay on the farm.
What, the farm far away?
Well, it might be
halfway up
distant.
the country. The farm in the sky. Whee! This is a very comfy bike. I feel like I could fall asleep on it.
I suppose actually for a rider of a bike, that's not very, falling asleep at the bars, as it were, is not something you ever really hear of. Not unless they've got some sort of medical episode, but a pillion falling asleep sounds quite plausible.
Yeah.
You're just held on. Anyone watching, you ever been a pillion and fallen asleep? You had a pillion fall asleep on you?
I have had someone tell me before that they had a pillion that used to fall asleep, but they had that waist grab handle thing.
Right.
So they would hold on. When they would fall asleep, they would just be like this on them.
Right, well that just doesn't seem like a great idea to be...
No, because I think if you turn too hard one side or you brake, they might fly off the back or something.
I mean, if you're just sat on the motorway, I get it, but But then humans have evolved to hold on to trees, so maybe we have that instinct in us to hold on when we're asleep if we need to.
You are a tree, I'm a sloth, I hold on.
Right, well, we need to go to the shop, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to help support the channel, please consider joining Patreon. Catch you next time. Bye!
Bye!
If you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to see future videos. This channel is made possible by the support of the audience. Please consider joining my Patreon to get early access to videos, questions answered in the monthly Q&A, your name on screen, and some exclusive content, all for as little as $1 a month. You can also check out the links in the description to my merch and other ways to directly support the channel. Thanks for watching.